3, 2, 1.
Yeah, we're back. Episode 4.
What's going on, everybody? Hello and welcome to Respect the Mic.
Yeah, back again for another week, as always.
As you can see, if you are watching on YouTube, the setup's a little bit different today. We've got an empty seat, so we're going to have a guest here very, very soon. But, Lam, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm good. I'm living kind of stress-free at the moment. I'm just happy to be here again. Chatting on this podcast.
Lam's living stress-free, yeah. I've been sweating the past week trying to sort out this video. Bonanza, mate, the thing's been going sideways. Like, it's been going sideways. So if you're watching on YouTube, just be patient. We're going to get it right. The mics are looking good, sounding good. Audio's getting better. I'm sorry that I'm not the best from when...
Like I said, beginning. Michael T's the sound engineer guy. He does all the technical stuff.
You know what? It's not even my profession, fam. I just like
learn on the job, bro.
That's it. Experience, work experience. That's how work experience works.
That's it. And then the people in power just tell other people what they should do.
That's
and
it.
And then they just sit and chill.
That's it. Okay. And then I don't even know how to spin off that one.
So thank you, Michael. Appreciate the hard work.
Thank you. I'm trying to be modest out here, and you get me. I'm doing my best. I'm sorry, man. It's not as good as I hoped it would be.
It's good.
It's been painful. It's been very painful.
I'm here to guide you through it, bro. To be fair, it's all looking sick.
Yeah, it's looking great.
And it's sounding great.
Look at how amazing it looks on the camera. For those of you who are listening and not watching, I've got a nice bamboo plant here, which I just about saved. A nice light. Is this a lion or a tiger? It's a tiger. It's a tiger. It's a painting of
Definitely
a tiger.
Why did you even think it might have been a lion?
Jam your hype. Anyway, there's also a clapper board, and on the left of there, I have a bonsai tree, and on the left of there, I have a chili plant. So, yeah, man, I dressed this up really, really nice. Lam just rolled through and picked up his drink, and he goes, yo, when are we going to be done? I need to leave.
Yeah, I was like, hurry the fuck up. Why is this not done already?
You know, these are the kind of people I'm working with. When I say these are the kind, he's the only one I'm working with. So, yeah, it sucks. This is going to be the whole of the rest of the journey.
But we've got a guest on today, aren't we?
We do. Who do we have?
Got Mr. Norman Cheung.
Norman Cheung. So Norman Cheung, come and join us, man. Come and join us, Norman. Come and join us.
Sit down, yo.
Grab your headphones, get comfy, see yourself on the camera, looking nice and spiffy. He's wearing his Lasoy t-shirt. We'll talk about more of that in a moment. So Norman Cheung, he was once an amazing composer. He's also worked in a takeaway. He's also had a very high-paying IT job, and now he's running the
high-powered
corporate thing. Who's earning peas, but he's come and he's helping the family now run the takeaway, and he's also starting his own venture, Lasoy, with his some other guys that we know, and we'll ask you more about. Well, what is Lasoy?
Well, Lasoy is...
Hold on. I jumped straight into that. How are you, Norman? Are you okay?
I was going to say, I was like, yo, let him introduce himself first.
True that. You should say something.
Straight into Lasoy.
Sorry.
Like, yo.
So I'm not used to this format, having a third person. But three's the magic number. Go on. So how are you, Norman?
Also the third wheel. Yeah?
Come on, man. Talk into the microphone. I've told you this. How many times? Sorry, guys. Sorry. He's new at this.
Amateur here.
Pull it closer to you. Remember.
This is okay.
A fist worth, yeah? You're talking into the butt.
You're doing good, though.
All right. Okay, cool. I'm there.
Are you there, yeah?
I'm there.
Okay, and we can see you. Fantastic. So, yeah, how are you, Norman?
I am well. Tired. Stressed, but well.
Why are you tired? What have you been up to?
As you just mentioned, we've started a new venture with two of my pals. And we have set up a company that basically sells tofu pudding and fresh soy milk.
Yeah. Tofu pudding. That's kind of a weird thing to have. Like, when you think of tofu, you don't normally associate with like sweet pudding stuff. You kind of associate with like healthy, like, it's like a substitute for a meat thing, you know?
Absolutely.
So like why tofu pudding? Like,
well, I mean, you guys have been speaking about, heritage being Chinese and being from that part of the world in general. And
Big up Orientals.
Indeed. And
Or yellow people.
as you guys know, most yellow people know about what we call tofu fa,
Tofu fa.
Which is what tofu pudding is.
which is what tofu pudding is.
That's a direct
so
translation.
It's actually been around for a long
Is that a direct
time.
translation?
Tofu. Tofu is tofu.
Tofu.
Fa, isn't that flour?
It is.
So it's
Tofu flour.
tofu flour?
The direct translation, yes, it is.
Hey man, we're telling lies here, man. Chinese people
You're
be
telling lies.
Oh.
But the idea of
I had to catch up on it. I was like, yo, hang on a minute.
I thought these people were like banned
Hang
in,
on
be
a
my friends.
second.
Anyway, let's not cut off Norman. Norman, carry on.
Oh, go on.
Forget about my mistakes.
Well, it's funny because the direct translation is tofu flour. Tofu fa.
Yeah.
Fa means flour. And the reason why it's called that is because it's the idea that the soybean is pretty much flowering
Jeez.
to the point where it's kind of like
Bit sexual.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Deflowering. Is that what you just said?
I did not
is
say
Soybean,
that.
well, the soybean looks like something else.
I'm so
And then
glad
it
this is
deflowers.
recorded.
So there's like, it's that double going on there.
Okay, so you're setting up this venture, Le Soy. How's that going?
It's going well. It's going well. I mean, the hardest part is convincing the public, especially the Western sides. Anyway, I mean, the yellow people, they all know about it. They come straight in. I want this, this, and this. But you know, the Westerners, they come. Oh, what is this? And
Do
it's
they
a bit of
like touch it
education.
and like poke it with a finger?
Well, thankfully, we haven't had that situation yet. No, but.
But does it take some convincing to be like, try it. It's actually delicious,
Well,
yo.
I mean, I thought it was going to be hard to convince people to try.
Yeah.
But funnily enough, it's the other way around. They
Yeah.
were more than willing to try, which
Yeah.
is really good. And then as soon as I tell them about things like the soy milk that they're used to here, and the difference to how we take our soy milk, they're really surprised.
What do you mean? What do you mean how they take it compared to how we take it?
So over here in the West, soy milk is made in a different way. It's ground in a different way, which means it tastes different, and it also ends up denaturing the proteins in the soy.
The way we do it here?
Yeah. So
So the way you do it?
no, not the way we do it. No, we brought back the traditional way.
He's got the
Okay.
magic touch. He's got the magic touch.
Oh, he's got the magic touch.
Deflower the soybean.
That was good. That was good.
All right, so
Yeah.
All right, well, let's take it back to the beginning of Norman's story. So yeah, I mentioned that you were a composer of music before. If I'm not mistaken, you for the 2012 Olympics, you made a song for them.
Correct. Yes.
That deserves a round of applause. Come on, a Chinese man made it for national television.
For the London 2012 Olympics.
See that? You see that? Know this face.
Representation.
You know,
Yeah.
I wish it was as glamorous as it sounds.
Don't undersell yourself.
It was on the London 2012 Olympics.
Yeah.
It was there.
Yes.
They paid good money.
Don't undersell
to have
yourself,
that
fam.
song in the Olympics.
And don't undersell yourself to all our Asian followers that are listening, and hopefully, you know, maybe some white people, black people, I don't know, man. Everybody, maybe you find a girlfriend, you know, because you make sweet music,
Oh wow.
or used to make sweet music.
See,
So why?
I was just gonna say, everyone's so patriotic about London 2012 being like a British thing. But here we have like so many different nations and representations doing shit for the Olympics.
That's it, man.
Here we got an Oriental guy composing the music. I'm just too gassed for you. We're
Mate,
just being too gassed.
it's amazing.
It was an amazing experience, I must say.
So how did you get that? What did you do? You just made a song and then you just put it online?
No, it was really strange. It was just one of those situations where it just happened from nowhere. My ex at the time, my girlfriend at the time, happened to be looking for a flat.
And are you single now?
I am single.
Oh, he's single, by the way, guys. So if you want to hit him up, 079 him, hit him up on Instagram.
Slide
I think
in those DMs.
Norman Cheung 9, I think it is.
I'm right here.
Norman Cheung 9. Yeah, that's how it sounds. How it's spelled. Yeah, cool. Carry on.
All right. So she was looking for a place. Her colleague happened to have her room going free. And so she decided to go see the place and met the landlord. And the landlord happened to hear what was bleeding out of her earphones. and asked her what it was, and she said, "Oh, my boyfriend happens to write some music every now and then," and he listened to it, and then I kid you not, this is apparently how it went. He listened to it and then opened his laptop because he was sitting down at the time, and asked her for my email address because he's going to send me something. So she gave me the heads up and on the phone, and then soon enough, like 10 minutes later, I had a brief for London Olympics.
Oi, so right place, right time kind of thing.
It's who you know.
Well, was who you were dating,
you know, bro.
And then obviously you were in the right time to get her, to be with her, and then that led into the thing. So for the moral of that story is date the right person.
Date them for their contacts. Date them for their network.
Contacts, yeah.
I'm gonna hit up my girlfriend now and for all her contacts, man. What's going on, man? She must know Will Smith. So okay, so you're not making music now. Wagwan.
That's a bit of a funny question. I've basically had a bit of a mental block. It is a bit of a sad story, to be honest with you. I had a mental block, and then from there it led into depression, and I just couldn't find my vibe anymore. Really.
Oh,
Shit.
They call it writer's block, and just had it for quite a while. I couldn't shake it off at all, and that just basically hindered my my progression. I tried as hard as I could, but in the end, it just wasn't going anywhere.
right.
Pretty dark.
I don't think I was quite prepared for that.
But are you okay now?
I am perfectly fine now.
So does that mean you're going to be making some music sometime soon? Maybe in the future?
Oh, no doubt. I mean,
like it's a possibility.
I'll tell you what. I mean, it's never going to go away.
Oh, okay.
That's for sure.
Hey, maybe he can make us a tune for this. You know, we can, make a little intro or
Fucking
outro.
definitely.
You know what I mean?
Good enough for London 2012 Olympics.
We'll take it. You know what I mean? Free of charge,
Absolutely,
of course. Mates rate. Done no. You see that? This is video contract,
right now.
audio contract.
Exactly. It's binding.
Binding, yeah?
Yeah, we've got these listeners here. Yeah, they all know. They've all heard.
All right, that's not bad.
Okay, so yeah, you're done with music, and then you were also working in an IT job, but now you're working at the takeaway. Come on, update us. What's going on?
Right. So when I had my writer's block, I decided I needed to find another point of focus.
Yeah.
Point of focus that I could at least, just carry on with life. So I decided to retrain and go into IT. I've always been interested in computers, used to build my own as well. And
You are not helping the stereotypes right now. Fucking nerd. You fucking nerd. Don't worry, I also do that, but carry on.
It was going so well.
It was going so well, wasn't it?
Musician, composing for the Olympics. Oh, I work in IT now.
Stand.
It was a sad point in my life because you know what, I had always enjoyed being unique and different because that was what I was told being at school. I was the musician, I was the artist, I was the guy that made things and stuff.
Well, I want to stop you right there. You are still special, and you will continue to be special and different for the rest of your life.
Thank you
so
much.
don't undersell yourself, but carry on.
Preacher Michael, he takes therapy classes like every Thursday.
Don't know.
Indeed. No, well, I mean,
It's not true, by the way.
Nah, it's not. I just made that shit up.
basically what happened, I tried as hard as I could to not go down that path, not go down that stereotypical. I didn't like to be normal. I was always called weird and creative and stuff like that. So,
You just wanted to break free. You didn't want to be seen as like just a normal average show. And you were just like, do you know what? I want to do something creative. I just want to break out of that mold, break out that stereotype, and forge something on your own.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
All families want their kids to be doctors, accountants, and dentists.
Yeah.
And lawyers.
There's always
and
that
stuff.
pressure to.
Exactly.
And here's 3 perfect examples of non-doctors.
Yeah.
There you go.
I just weren't smart enough,
We've
to be
got
fair.
an actor right here.
Actor, you work as a SEO.
I do digital marketing.
Digital
so
marketing.
To be fair, fairly boring, but
and he's an entrepreneur. So it's just it's just perspective. How you say you work in magical internet and make sure people.
I love how you try to jazz it up a bit with the accent. You're just like, yo, it's all of this. Well, it's just digital marketing. I mean, like, I love what I do.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good
100%,
job,
man. And you know what? I'm an actor. I make people smile, and I pretend to be a person who I'm not.
Yeah,
Sad times.
it's always living a lie.
Sad times. Anyway,
try and be as
sorry to cut you
convincing as
off
possible.
and hit another sad note. Norman, come on. So yeah, you went into IT. That wasn't your normal. That wasn't your dream.
It wasn't my calling.
That wasn't your calling.
It wasn't. I mean, I tried to find a route, and sure enough, I searched hard enough. I found a route, but is that the route I wanted to take? And it wasn't. It really wasn't. I wasn't moving anywhere. I wasn't excited for new things in a job anymore and stuff. And basically, I decided to try and pull myself out and see if I could regroup myself again. So I went traveling for 4 months.
Good for you, man.
Good.
Not enough people do that.
Good.
Not enough
Okay.
people say, fuck this.
And then so
I'm
you
leaving this shit.
It literally was. Took what I had in
Yeah.
terms of savings, and you know what? To be honest, I wasn't actually planning to come back.
Oh
Man.
snap! We almost lost Norman.
Well, fucking thank God you did come back.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would just be us two talking again.
Yeah, and I think people are gonna get tired of that at some point. But we're still early days, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So it's okay. You could
people are not going to get bored if
you could choose to come back and maybe in like 6 months time, and then maybe people want to hear somebody else. But okay, so you were at IT. You've left that, and now you're working at a takeaway. And is this because you have some sort of obligation to your parents because they originally owned that takeaway, right?
Yeah, I mean, and we know that where there's a takeaway in the family, the money's for the family, right? And you've got to help them out.
So you were obligated. You felt like you had to take over the helm because your parents are like due for retirement at some point.
Well, I think they've been due for retirement a long time coming, and I think it's just the same with most Asian parents. They work until they can't work anymore.
Yeah.
And we all don't want to give that kind of life for them. And
Yeah.
so we all have the same idea. We all have friends, yellow friends that say that we're working Friday, Saturday night and everything's, So.
It's a takeaway life, isn't it?
That's
Because open 6 days a week. It's normally open always on the weekends. You probably get like a random Tuesday off. Mm-hmm. And they're always famous for being the only place that opens on Christmas Day. Right? Well, most takeaways.
Well, like,
But it's
no,
just that
do you open on
stereotype.
Christmas Day?
We don't open on Christmas
Oh, okay.
Day. No.
Oh, you're
found-
one of the exceptions.
Up until
Maybe
Christmas
we are.
Eve, right? I helped him at his takeaway like 2 years ago, Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Like he needed a delivery guy.
But it's always the norm that they're always open. But basically, they're just always open. Like if you want to get a delivery or you want a takeaway,
Yeah.
like Chinese, you're always going to get it. Be able to get it.
I think that kind of thing is actually dying out now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where they're working, working so often and so much. I don't know. Maybe it's the generation that's
Okay.
in there, but I don't know.
Well, he's a new generation and he's changing the times.
True.
But more like other, yellow friends that we have, might also have a similar obligation. We have a lot of Chinese people. Well, Chinese. Like us, who parents own a takeaway and they're obligated to take over it. Like,
Yeah, I'd say almost every, like, the majority of Asian, like, Chinese kids I know, or friends that I had, they were always like, my parents have a takeaway. And let's not face it, they're everywhere. But it was just the easiest way to make money. Mm-hmm. Like, for a Chinese immigrant coming to the UK, like, it was just, like, almost a sure thing to be, let's open a takeaway. We know it's going to do well, and it's a good business for us. And we're not working a 9 to 5, we're working for ourselves. That was like always the case, right? But then it just meant, because I feel like with my mates whose parents had takeaways, I'd always be like, are you coming out on a Saturday? They'd be like, no, I can't, I've got to help out with the takeaway. Yeah, you're nodding like, I know exactly this. And it's almost like, because they're always the front facing people, right? Mm-hmm. They're always the ones serving the customers.
usually the taking the orders, picking up the phones.
Yeah.
That's it.
And it's just like, it's almost like you just don't get like I wouldn't say you don't get a childhood, but a lot of it is taken away because you have to work and help out with the takeaway.
I mean, you're expected to. you're expected to work as well, aren't you? You know, from
Yeah.
the parents, it's like, oh, you know, we sometimes I get that feeling of we are your parents, and you need to help us and things like that.
Yeah.
Or you always feel like you don't have a choice or something.
That's a culture thing, you know, right? I mean, I guess you know, a lot of people, even white people, black people, you know, people want the parents want their kids to take over the family business, right?
yeah, for sure.
Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
a generic storyline everywhere. Do you think that, you know, we should be doing that, or is it wrong for us to be chasing our passions?
Yeah, because there is a line between, do I take over my family business?
Yeah.
Just to uphold that legacy that my parents created.
But also to like please my parents.
Yeah. Or do I? But you could be going against what you actually want to do. So, where is that? Like, how did you have to deal with that with your parents?
Luckily, I think I was one of the lucky ones. I mean, my parents actually didn't want me to go into this kind of job.
Oh, they didn't want you to do
They
it.
didn't want me to do this
Oh,
kind of job.
snap.
Yeah.
No, so I mean, their reasons for sending us to uni and things like that is so that we could have a better chance of at doing other jobs where
Yeah,
we
that
don't
makes
have
sense.
to be in the kitchen, because my dad worked himself to the bone.
Yeah.
And as I'm sure with most other parents as well. And yeah, I mean, they gave me the freedom of choice though, to actually do what I want, but they didn't let it go easy. I chose music, but I mean, you know, then I got the whole thing about, you know what, music's not going to make any money and things like that.
So they were still in your ear, but yeah, they were like, you know what, do your thing, but you know, once you're done with your thing, you're gonna come back and you're gonna help us. Were they like that, or it was just like, go and do your thing, and then you decided on your own?
I kind of feel like it's not the same with a takeaway though, because a takeaway, I think, is like a short-term thing, like, right? Like, most people will have it for like 15, 20 years and then sell shop. And then they'll sell the takeaway and then just live off of that. Do you know what I mean?
Can you do that? Can you
Yeah,
make enough
well, you-
peas in
well,
like
you
20
have a
years and
lease.
just stack it and just...
Well, most people do. My uncle did that.
Yeah.
He kind of just
Snap.
worked for like 15, 20 years and was like, just sell the
I think
takeaway.
It's a lot harder to do that now.
Yeah.
I mean, when we're back in our parents' generations and stuff.
But would they always expect, okay, and I have the takeaway, now you are going to run this takeaway now?
No.
It's not normally like that,
They
though, is
never
it?
had that expectation. I mean, dare I say, I mean, and speaking on behalf of most yellow people, I wouldn't think that most parents would want their kids to
work in a takeaway.
To work in a
Yeah, yeah.
takeaway. You know?
It's kind of just a stopgap to be like, okay, we have a takeaway to make money for our kids. And then once they've got their degrees and they've got like a well-earning job, then it's kind of like, okay, now I don't have to have a takeaway.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the idea, I think. That's the kind of like the whole...
And then you're
Yeah,
like,
that's
no, I sod this. I'm not doing my IT job. I'm just helping you out, mum and dad, with a takeaway.
You know what? A lot of people do that. I mean, I've known many people that have gone into city jobs, become the accountant, they've become the doctor or the dentist and stuff, and in the end,
They come back.
they come back out of it and they want to play. They want to play that game, the takeaway game.
That's so weird though, because
Right.
But it's like-
okay.
I always
I'm
hear
having
people,
revelations.
But I always hear people like the takeaway is a slog. Like, it's 11-hour days for 6 days a week. Like, it's a
Absolutely.
slog. So it doesn't. I don't know why people would want to work a normal 9-to-5 job, earning good money, to going into that, because it just seems so much more difficult.
Maybe it's like once you've reached that point where you've achieved something at your professional job, you're making a lot of money, and it starts to become mundane. Like, you're like, okay, I'm making money, it's normal, it's 9 to 5, da 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 da. And so maybe it's they get to a point and they're like, oh, actually, we're taking it all the way back, and I want to run my own business and do it on my terms. Maybe it's they just don't want
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
they don't want to work for the man.
Yeah.
Maybe just think, why takeaway, man?
Shit.
It's just so rough.
Yeah, well, I guess.
But do you know what I mean?
I guess it's hard labor in it. If you're good at it, like, the Chinese food's gonna sell. But these days, Chinese takeaways are not selling as much as they used to, I guess.
Absolutely not.
You know, health is such a big talk in popular culture. Veganism.
Yeah, and plus, like, the choice you have nowadays is just so crazy. Like, before it was just like normal pizza. You either get pizza, curry, or a Chinese as your takeaway things, right? And now there's like Deliveroo, there's Uber Eats. You can literally get anything you want.
You can get sushi.
Yeah, exactly. So
Delivered.
it's like you can even get normal takeaway Chinese, or you can go like posh, proper restaurant Chinese and still get that delivered to you. So the competition is just peak. It's not like what it was like 20, 25 years ago, was it?
No, not at all.
Because I remember people were just making money off of takeaways. Like takeaways was just
It's also a cash
bang
game
rolling.
as well.
Yeah,
Cash game. Everything's in cash.
yeah. I read a stat somewhere about how like Asian families, like the majority of them are earning 11.5 grand a year, and how the guy was trying to spin it like, oh, these guys are like not working hard enough, or like they're not getting paid enough. And I was like, nah, man, they're just trying to hide their taxes, mate. Like they're just keeping taxes to themselves, mate. Like they're not actually making 11.5 grand. They're making like 5 times the amount. I was like, mate, you got this twisted.
That's all that was on card. Everything else was cash.
Exactly.
It's written under the books, fam.
The families that would be willing to live in a derelict house but have a Mercedes parked outside on the drive.
Yeah, fucking true.
Oh, hey man, let's not
Fucking
give
wear a
away.
Rolex.
Let's not give away trade secrets, man.
hey, for
You know
real,
what I mean?
for real.
We're just putting on blast the whole Oriental community.
Bro, man, we're letting you guys behind the veil.
You know,
like
that's
shit.
just Chinese takeaways. What happens when we get a Vietnamese person? We don't want that
Bro, I'm
Vietnamese
gonna
person like snaking all the Vietnamese people.
I want to get blasphemized
Yeah,
by,
shit, man.
by the Asian culture, by the Chinese culture. They're gonna be like,
Fuck. Okay, so you've had a mad journey, like in terms of like profession. You've switched quite a few times, and so how are you with Le Soy now? Are you confident in this business? Are you putting it all in? What's the situation? Like, are you banking on Le Soy?
No, not really banking. I'd say it was a good idea, and we have every decent reason to push it out. I mean, both with the time that we're in, where everybody's looking to eat more healthy, drink more healthy. People are worrying about what is being put into their foods and things like that. So,
Oh my god! I just had a light bulb moment. Sorry, I just realized Le Soy is just a new age Chinese takeaway. He's just selling a different product now. He's still the same thing. He's just selling a different product.
Could it be?
one specialized master product that he's just done, mastered. This
is the new Chinese takeaway.
Only thing on the menu. Bang.
He's gonna franchise it out. We're gonna have a Le Soy on every fucking corner like a McDonald's, and here it is.
You're blowing out our plans already.
Don't-
You
gas
heard
him
it.
up.
You heard it here, right here. Norman's gonna be
Gassing
rich
him
and
up.
famous. He's gonna be treating us to all sorts of merchandise from Le Soy. That's all he can afford.
T-shirts. Got a few in my car actually.
All right. So that's a lot about your profession, your working life, and your expectations of your parents. Something else like we want to find out about actually is your injury. So you had like a sort of a nerve injury, right? And how long did you have this? Explain to us what it is and how long you had it.
I think I think it started around about 2003. But I mean, basically in my right forearm,
16 years.
and my hand, I've got muscle wastage.
What? Sorry.
Muscle wastage.
Okay.
And
Too much muscle.
no, too little muscle.
too little muscle.
Too little muscle.
That is weirdly worded. Muscle
right.
wastage, but you don't have enough. It sounds like you're wasting muscle. It's
Yeah,
like
like you have excess.
Yeah, you're just too dense.
No. Completely the opposite.
So
it's just all bone. It's all bone here, basically. So
Okay.
But that looks like a normal hand to me.
it does, but when you look closer, you'll see
Oh, okay.
the boniness.
Okay.
So that left one is missing a little bit of a pudginess.
That's right. So around here, if I show the camera down, I don't know if you can see, but it's literally just straight. And
Okay.
you see the bone just there.
Yeah, and sort of concave slightly, doesn't it?
Concaves all the way down to this bit here.
So
Okay.
what does that muscle wastage do?
It makes my hand incredibly weak. I'd say I think maybe I've got.
Oh shit, that's his right hand.
Maybe 30%.
How does he have a wank?
My gosh.
That's his right hand, bro.
Oh, you
Maybe
just
that's where the deficiency
had to
came from.
go there.
Maybe that's why he went to see the doctors about it. He was like,
Wow.
this ain't feeling right. I need to sort this out.
So okay,
Like-
I didn't know this was a roasting
I
session,
can't
guys.
enjoy myself no more. Like, fuck's sakes.
okay. So all seriousness, you had it for like 16 years. Is there no treatment for it? NHS man,
well,
free
no,
health
it's-
service.
Well, I mean,
But you went to a lot of them, didn't you?
yeah, I went to 2 different districts. Well, one in Kingston and the Surrey area, and
Yeah.
then Essex as well. But both both parties couldn't find exactly what was wrong, but I mean, Kingston had a bit of luck. They managed to unblock it. They said it was blocked, and so they performed 2 operations on the arm.
Fuck.
Prevention measures.
Okay.
Basically, so it doesn't get worse.
So it's just prevention.
Okay.
It wasn't
because the possibility is that I end up with some sort of claw hand, and it will just stay there for the rest of my life, like that.
Mate,
I wouldn't be able to use my right hand at all.
we'd have to call you Captain Hook.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
Would it have been like the guy from? Do you remember Scary Movie 2?
Take my strong hand.
Oh my god!
My germs.
That guy gave me nightmares.
Obviously, it didn't happen to you because it all got sorted.
Okay, so you went to these English doctors, but you've had this for 16 years. So were all the treatments successful in healing you at all?
Not in terms of healing. I mean, the operations helped in terms of like
Not making it worse.
not making it worse and stuff. And sure enough, the tremors were less and stuff. But
Okay, so it did do something. It helped a bit.
it did help a bit, but nevertheless, I mean, if I
It was always still there.
if I do too much, then it will really start shaking. If I'm tired, it will start shaking,
Yeah.
and it will cramp up. It will twitch, and it will just go out of control.
That's pretty cool. Like, at least your body is telling you, like, hey, yo, you're tired. Yo, you're tired. And you can just be like, hey, fam, I can't work no more. Look at my hand. It's a signal that man is tired. So, laters, here's my doctor's note.
Yeah. But like, I need to get out of work.
You know what I mean?
Excuse me.
It's a medical condition.
Well, it did actually make typing very difficult at times.
Hey, man, just...
So you actually had legit reasons.
Yeah, I did.
Well, okay, so... But now, you're kind of okay now, right? Like,
Yeah.
you have strength in it.
I have more strength in it.
Like, you're running the takeaway, you're doing lasoi with the boys. Like, you must be using your hand quite a bit. So, you went to Hong Kong and you got some sort of treatment recently.
Yeah, it was actually in Shenzhen. It's
okay.
Just across the water, basically.
Okay, so that's in China,
right
not
next,
in...
That's right next to Hong Kong. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
on the border, innit?
Exactly. My parents suggested a woman, as they always do. That this
Suggested a woman. What? Did they tell you to go and have sex with somebody?
No, well, the hand was deficient. so they didn't go to the woman.
They sent you to a woman.
I totally
She
walked
went like
myself
this.
right in there, didn't I?
She went like this.
Wow, your parents are pretty weird.
She went Mr. Miyagi style.
Let me reword that. They suggested a therapist.
Okay. Oh, okay.
As they,
Is that what they call him then?
Sexual therapist.
and at first I didn't want to go because it was I was thinking it's just, you know what, it's just going to be another one of those doctors who claims that they're going to be able to heal you, and you've got to come back for 6 weeks, and every 6 weeks you come and you have to pay like £200.
It wasn't like a doctor that had like a PhD that went to medical school or anything like that.
No.
It was one of those, you know, like you see in the movies, you go to Chinatown and then you see one of them
It's like alternative
doctors
health.
that has all them jars behind them with all those
Yeah.
weird ingredients.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
you got
exactly like one of those.
it. You got it.
Oh snap!
So you were going in. So you were going in there, and how was you thinking? Was you like, was
Here
you
we go
thinking
again.
this is the shit? This is the shit that's gonna make it work, or was you like,
no? I mean, I've been far gone by that point. You know,
Yeah.
but at that point, I had already accepted that, you know, my arm's going to be whatever it's going to be. You know,
Yeah.
I'll work with what I got. You know, at least I still have an arm.
so you were just skeptical about the whole thing?
Absolutely. And then what I ended up doing is I ended up going because I knew how much they really cared, because they saw that I was suffering at times and things like that. So I went and came back with really good results.
You just totally skipped over what they actually did. Like, that was the most important part.
Confidential.
See, I was going to mention that after, but you just went right ahead.
Alright, okay, sorry.
Oh, sorry for jumping the gun, Norman. I apologize.
No.
Please, go ahead.
So basically, all she was basically a massage therapist who happened to know a lot about the internal body channels and things like acupressure points and things like that.
Is this like Naruto and like unlocking the cheese?
Not even, really.
Like the gates?
I mean, because Chinese medicine, the basis of Chinese medicine is to heal from within. So if somebody has a problem and their symptoms are, I don't know, they've got major headaches and
Diarrhea.
diarrhea, whatever.
Chickenpox.
So they wouldn't just give them something to take away the diarrhea. They would give them something to mend whatever it is that may produce the diarrhea, if you know what I mean.
So it's like it's not stopping the effects; it's stopping the cause.
Exactly. They'll find the cause of it. So if it is that you have chronic diarrhea, then they'll basically have medicines, herbal medicines that would heal the intestines, for example, you know, so that you don't.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably medically incorrect.
And then
Shit.
she did that to you. So she was just kind of like massaging your arm in like certain pressure points.
Exactly.
Did she just go like and just tap you in that bare different acupuncture points?
That's Naruto,
like a
man.
ninja.
I thought that's how this shit works, man.
No, it was just massage. It was just heavy massage.
So
and
you say, oh hey, you
heat
want
treatment.
massage? You want massage?
without the happy ending.
Okay, and that's all. And now you're cool. You're blessed. Like you can have a wank with that hand.
I've always been able to.
Oh, okay.
10 times the
so
speed, though.
So Norman likes a tender touch. Tender touch.
Ladies, take note.
Fuck. So 16 or 15 years, you were trying to go to this like westernized health services,
NHS, normal.
not working, and you went one time to Shenzhen and you got a massage, and you're blessed.
Well, how many therapy sessions was it?
10.
10.
Oh snap! Okay.
And then after that,
Every day.
you were just feeling.
I was feeling strong. I mean, I first noticed it when I was having a shower and stuff. And
First noticed it in the
Yo.
shower.
Yo, I wonder how he tested it. Was it in the morning as well?
guys, are you sure this is not a roasting session?
What's
Or
this
is it-
vegetable
I've been
called?
roped into, guys.
Morning glory.
Maybe I shouldn't have said shower. I shouldn't have said shower. You guys are too quick. Okay, so I did notice it in the shower, and it got stronger. It was stronger, and I basically felt so. It gave me a feeling that I'd not felt for a long time.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd got an arm back again.
Yeah.
And at that point, I broke down. Because for 15 years, obviously, you know,
I would.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, you've essentially like it's like you lost your arm and then it just grew back one
Yeah,
day.
I mean, after 15 years, you'd pretty much be like, okay, this ain't happening
it's like
anymore.
those videos you see of like those kids or whatever, and they wear these glasses and they can finally see their parents.
yeah,
And it's like a heartbreaking moment, and everybody
they
starts.
can see color and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody starts bawling. I would bawl. Like,
Yeah.
fuck me, man.
Absolutely. I mean, I couldn't close my fist without an electric current. Like, if it would feel like an electric current going down my arm.
Oh, snap.
But now I can do that to an extent where it wouldn't do that. Unless I'm super tired, that's only when it happens now.
See, it's crazy, right? Because it's like, that's obviously like Eastern medicine and Eastern like healing philosophy.
Yeah.
But me growing up, and certainly in like London and, you know, most of the Western world, that sort of stuff is just like discredited. It's just like, nah, that's not real medicine. That's not the real way to heal people, etc. And it's like, you kind of believe it because Western medicine just has so much science to back it up, right? I mean, you read up about it, it makes sense. They have science, they have the data, they have the experiments to prove it all works. And you're like, this shit must work. And with Chinese medicine, it never really adds up.
Yeah.
So you're always like, oh, this is just myths, man. But then it actually works.
Yeah, no, it's
You're
crazy.
physical proof.
I'm
You are.
physical proof. And I was the denier, right? You know,
Yeah.
before that.
Oh, you were the pessimist.
Yeah,
you.
yeah, it
the
wasn't
cynic.
I mean,
Yeah.
my parents had taken me to many people, and you know the amount of times where the doctor would say to me, "Oh yeah, don't worry. Come to me for 6 weeks. I will heal you."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
nothing.
And nothing.
Nothing.
And what it was £200 a pop. Going,
Yeah, yeah.
going there, right, for the treatment, including the medicine and everything. Now, most times, I didn't have the money to pay for this kind of treatment. My parents would come to jump
Yeah.
in and say, and I'd normally try and refuse it, but they wouldn't have it. They won't have it. So, you know, the best thing I
Hey,
could
your
do
parents
then is-
sound well alright.
they're lovely. They're lovely. I mean, they
They own a takeaway, man. Yeah.
Not to say that mine aren't alright, but damn,
I think,
son, that's love.
it's love on the, like, I
That's Chinese love, innit? That's Chinese love. They can't hug you, but they'll pay for your shit.
What they won't say they love you,
Yeah.
they won't say, "Oh, well done with this, keep going."
It's all through their actions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I felt it. I mean, obviously, I entertained that, and at one point, I really did have to say to them, "No,
Yeah.
I'm not going to this person anymore because you guys are shelling out too much. No, I don't have the money to pay for it."
Just to bring it back to you going to a doctor in Shenzhen and then miraculously being healed. Like, to me, I'm still kind of suspicious about Eastern medicine. Like, to be honest, if I got like a bad illness, I'll probably go to the NHS first.
Yeah.
But it's like there is some part of it that works. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know I've been reading stories like this NFL player. Like, I can't remember what. So it's not really. I can't remember what he had, but essentially he had some ailment or some like muscle ailment that always caused him injuries and he couldn't play. And then he did the Chinese, the cupping thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where they get the cup and then they put like a flame in
there and
then
it
it
sucks.
whatever. And then apparently they do that to like suck the bad blood out or whatever. And you're just left with like massive red circles. And apparently he did that, and then suddenly he was just like miraculously healed. Like, he just didn't have any injuries anymore. He was just fit and he was raring to go. And it's just like, well, you went to all these like professional doctors. You're obviously a rich NFL player, so you can afford to have these special physiotherapists. And none of them could solve it, and then you do that, and then you're like healed.
Hey man, that's 2 stories.
Do you know?
Let's just add them up, man. Let's just
Crazy, but
Eastern medicine.
But why is it so discredited? Like, because obviously it works in some aspects.
I think Western medicine, first and foremost, I want to put it out there. It is good, like especially especially in like the UK. It's free, our health service. But
big up NHS.
Indeed.
Medicine is a big money cow. It's a big fat cash cow. Medicine, right?
Oh, you're going into some like.
Come on, like
Yeah.
So I'll touch on it briefly, but my theory about it, I don't know if it's true or whatnot, but at the end of it, right? Some illnesses, if you cure all the illnesses, and you're the doctor selling all these, medicines and whatnot,
market for it anymore.
There's no market if you cure everything, right?
Bro,
what money are you gonna make?
You sound like one of them conspiracists that are like,
big pharma
don't take
corps.
antibiotics.
Yeah.
Don't do this; it will cause more diseases.
I mean, there is a certain element of truth to it.
Oh, 100%. Like, don't put me in with all the crazies. Like, there is a certain part of that, that statement that I just made, that I believe, and a certain part that I'm like, I don't know.
I think in the US, it's definitely true.
Oh, yeah,
Mate, it's crazy.
It's privatized.
When you watch adverts and commercials in America, and they actually sell medicine, and like they sell like pills. They're like, take this pill, it does this and that, and then it has like
exactly. There's money to
side
make,
effects, and it just has like a massive list.
but there's a shit ton
And
of
it's
money.
crazy, but they're just like throwing medicine in your face. You're like, this is supposed to heal me, like.
Mate, they have something for everything, like Adderall, like everybody's depressed, you should have this, or have Xanax to have more energy or some shit. I don't know, man. At the end of the day, your body is supposed to be able to produce everything that you need in your life, man. Like, most animals roll out there into the world and they just fucking live their life. They eat grass or whatnot and kill other animals, eat them, and they're good, man. They live a life and that's it. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there are viruses and stuff, and we need like vaccinations or whatnot.
Yeah, because Eastern medicine is all really like natural.
Yeah, and I think
Like everything that you take is from. It wasn't made in a lab.
that's it.
It was basically like they would use like ingredients from like animals or like
It's just grown.
whatever.
It's
or
natural
like
stuff.
herbs and like grass or like plants or whatever, and they'll just crush it up and be like, "This is it," or they'll like massage you in certain points. That's the difference,
But
right?
I think it's
like
Chinese medicine
way
I
more
think,
natural.
looks for the natural way of doing things, as you say.
Yeah.
They go for the natural way. It's grown on Earth, and it should operate within the natural means as well.
But Western medicine, right, is based around monetization, right? It's about making money, all right?
What?
Okay, look,
in the US,
it's
NHS.
No, even here, it's like mass production, right? Everything needs to be mass product, like vitamins, and like you gotta go pharmacy, you gotta get this, da 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 da. But like, what I'm saying is, if you take it back years and years and years, what was the difference between what Western medicine was and what Eastern medicine? I'm sure it started very much in the same way, still using the same ingredients or whatnot, but it's just sort of progressed with Western medicine to a different direction, where it's about making money, whereas it's still about health with Eastern medicine.
Yeah.
It's a theory.
I think we should remember that.
It's a theory.
I think there's a certain element to wanting to make money, but I think if you look at the whole picture, like the majority of the medicine does help us, and like I don't think the whole point is let's just give them these things.
Not the whole point, but I think
to make more money.
They're just two different disciplines at the end of the day, because Western medicine looks at cause and effect. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you break an arm, they're absolutely great for that. Operations, they've got the history backing all the research and things like that. But we've got to remember that Western medicine is in China. In that side of the world, it's not like
it's widely accepted all over the world.
But Chinese medicine is just a different branch.
It still has its own branch,
and I think it works within internal means, and it's good for something. It's like the success stories here. I'm here telling you my success story. And I think it's good at fixing different kinds of things, internal things. For example, that if you have an illness that stems from your kidneys and stuff, it will focus on the kidneys rather than focusing on taking away the pains that you might have or things like that. It'll be looking to restore the kidney back to its former self and what it should be as you as a human being. And Michael, like you said, how human beings are born with everything they need, or they produce everything they need and things like that. And that's the idea of what Chinese Eastern medicine is. That, and this is what the guy or the woman that healed me said. That the idea is to return it back to
ding ding ding.
Yeah.
Ding ding. Okay, so the main point of it is, hey, NHS, fantastic. It's for free. I love free because I'm a cheap motherfucker. But hey, in your situation, Norman, and in many other people's situation where modern medicine, Western medicine isn't working, what's the harm in trying Eastern medicine?
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
And in Norman's case, there was no harm. Man is wanking again with right, left, don't matter.
Doing it in the shower, you loving it.
Well, do you know what? This has actually been...
I'm joking, Norman. We love you.
Thanks, guys.
Really fantastic. I really enjoyed having a guest on, right, Michael Lam?
Yeah, it was different. Like, it was nice to shake it up a bit.
And before we wrap up the show, actually, I want to... I want to give you something, Norman. I bought you a gift. So here you go.
I'll pass it on.
Lam's mucked up the microphone. So just for everybody who's listening, whilst you're opening that up, tell us what it is.
These are lights that I got from Thailand.
No. You didn't get from Thailand.
No, that you got.
I got them from Thailand.
And I asked you to get them from Thailand, and I completely forgot about these.
And do you know when I went? Last year.
Oh, bloody hell.
Wait, was it last year?
Totally.
So this was a long time coming.
Was it last year or was it earlier this year?
It was the last stag.
Which was last year? I think that was...
It was this year.
It was this year, but it was really, really early on this year. I've held this for a pretty long time. But actually, inside there also is that cool lighter, that jet lighter, that Jack Daniels one. Yeah. Wow. Do you hear that, Lamb? I'm surprised you didn't nick it.
To be honest, all I can hear is the rustling from the bag.
But it's a pretty cool thing. Yeah.
Okay, so now the rustling's over. Jack Daniels lighter. He's got some also some cool light balls because he loves balls around his room.
Love my balls.
He loves both of them.
Don't you think that's really? Don't you think this is really sweet? Like I held it for so long and it's in such crisp condition, and you're now receiving a gift from coming on to our podcast.
I think it's great he finally gets the gift and he gets to have it whilst on the podcast.
Yeah, man.
Although keeping it crisp, I mean, it's not that difficult. You just leave it, right?
Oh, fuck you, lamb. Fuck you.
I mean,
fuck you.
I mean, right? Am I right? That's like, all you have to do is just leave it.
Wow. Okay, so
see how that turned around now.
we talked about we've got a new setup here. Hopefully we'll be getting more guests on as well. We talked about Norman and Norman's parents' expectations of him, what he's doing. He was a musician, a composer. He worked in IT. He had a takeaway. Now he's running Lasoy. Make sure you go check out Lasoy on Instagram, Lasoy Ltd. Hit them up. Great, amazing desserts, drinks. The honey dew soy milk. Fuck that.
Bang,
that
especially on a hot day as well.
Yeah, it is nice. You can go find them in Greenwich Market. Cutty Sark, DLR is nearby. They're usually there. When are you there?
Just check our Instagram and we'll have the dates that we're going to be there.
Okay, so it
sometimes
varies.
we change it and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, Lasoy Ltd. And where can we find you, Norman? And where can people stalk you? And girls, if you want to hit up Norman, this hardworking wanker. Literally. Where can you find yourself?
If you wanted to find me, I'm on Instagram, NC9_official.
Oh, NC9_official. That's Norman
Don't follow
Cheung.
the unofficial one.
Don't follow that.
Is there an unofficial one?
I don't know.
Michael Lam, where can we find you?
I'm just on Instagram at Hung Mike Lam. Hung spelled Hung.
Find him on
Mike
Twitter
Lam.
as well.
Yeah, so that's at __ Famalam.
Double underscore. Okay, so double underscore.
There's a single
Famalam.
underscore, and people they always at me. And I need to tweet them once in a while, and I'm just like, yo, stop it. Like, please, you're clogging up my timeline. Like, you're clogging up my. I think someone's retweeting me, and then I'm just realize they're not trying to retweet me.
It's somebody else.
It's stress.
And
But yeah, that's me.
You can find me on Instagram. I'm on Twitter as well. Michael H. Truong. Respect the Mic podcast is on YouTube. You can also find us on Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes. If Lamb gets it all sorted, fucking Lamb.
I will one day.
What do you mean one day?
One day.
What do you mean?
No, it'll be up soon.
Yes, clutch.
It'll be up. I want all you guys to listen to this.
That's all from us. If you would like to send us in some love or some hate or some questions, we don't mind the hate either. That just means we're getting even more famous. You can email us on respectthemicrophone@gmail.com. That's where you can email us, respectthemicrophone@gmail.com. This is Respect the Mic podcast. Goodbye from Michael Trung.
Goodbye from Michael Lam.
Goodbye from Norman Cheung.
Peace out, mother bitch.
Peace.